broke my tripod yesterday. I think this tripod cost me like $25. I get them off Amazon. I've been through a few of them. And now I'm borrowing my wife's because, you know, she has her own. She's got her own special seafoam green color. And so it's not an expensive accessory. And apparently there's landscapers outside. It's the life of a YouTuber, right? I know I got my noise cancellation on, but I don't know if y'all can hear the landscaper just whacking away over there. So this ought to be interesting. Sorry, guys. This is what we got. This is what we're going to deal with. And I'm already set up. I'm already ready to go. I'm already in my happy place. So we're just going to have to deal with that excess noise over there. But that's probably a really good way to approach this. You know, it's kind of like, you know, you can't let these outside influences, these distractions, these obstacles, these hurdles prevent you from doing the things that you really want to do. And so I want you guys to know that besides the fact that you don't need expensive accessories and gear and tech and all sorts of stuff and cameras and microphones to get the job done, you just need to get the job done, okay? And if you want to know what I use, I can link it, but I'm not because I just don't feel like it. I use my cell phone, my smartphone. Like I'm actually on my Samsung now, which is my daily driver, because I like the audio on this better than my iPhone. Granted, with this Hollyland microphone that I use, the audio comes through way better on the Samsung. When I use my Shure SM7B with my Vocaster, the audio is better coming through the iPhone, but this is easy, this is simple, this is fast, this is cheap, and this is what I prefer. 9 times out of 10, this is what I prefer. So I use my smartphone, and I use a Hollyland microphone, and I use a $28 tripod from Amazon. That's pretty much it. I'm airdropping with my iPhone, which is why I prefer my iPhone just for the airdrop. But I honestly don't mind my Samsung because when I'm doing one takes, it's not a big deal. I plug in an external hard drive. I use a Samsung T7. I plug in an external. I pull it off my phone. I put it on the MacBook. And actually, if I'm not going to edit this and I don't want to add anything to it, I'll just upload it straight from the phone. The reason why I was even using the external before or the AirDrop was because I was kind of doing like reaction style content creation, and it was just an easier workflow for me. But fuck it, I'm not going to edit this. I'm gonna give it to you guys raw, and I'll just upload it from my phone. I need to get back in that habit. And just simplify the process. I run a MacBook. I love MacBooks. You don't need an expensive one. I ended up buying an expensive one just because I really wanted one. But, you know, I crushed it with an Air that I got on sale for like $7.99, running an M1 and a 256 hard drive, like no issues whatsoever, 8 gigs of RAM. We made that shit happen. But at the same time, if you haven't even begun to start, then you don't even need a computer or expensive laptop. You don't even need any of that shit. And you should really just get into the habit, get used to just using your phone, pressing record, making it happen, going live and sending it, and then that's it. Because odds are, if you haven't started, none of this shit even matters. And all of that is just an obstacle, a distraction to prevent you from doing what you want to do, or better yet, maybe need to do. And I'm just going to tell you guys real upfront and honest, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for this guy to quit it over here with this damn 2-cycle because this gas is killing me. This gas is killing me. We're gonna relocate. We're gonna relocate because I think they're gonna be doing this for a while, and it is kind of annoying. But you know, what you gonna do? I'll tell you what. That's gonna be a good lesson here. What you gonna do? Because I'm gonna tell you what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not going to let any outside influence impact my goals. And my goal here was to not edit. So we're gonna stick with that, and we're gonna sit over here. It's freaking cool over here anyway. So there's that. All right, guys. I want you to know that I'm rooting for you. And I want you guys to be rooting for me to get the right angle here. It's like I get it close and then I lean back in this little rocking chair and it just changes everything. But what matters most is what I tell you here, not necessarily what you see. And so I want you guys to realize, I want to share this with you. This is a conversation my wife and I were having yesterday. As far as YouTube is free. Granted, some people pay, but YouTube is free if you really want to. YouTube is free, and especially if you want to use YouTube to make money, it is entirely free. And it's free to learn how to. Now, granted, you could pay editors and you can pay, script writers, and you can pay, all sorts of things to try and make a video. But at the end of the day, if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to upload videos, if you want to go live, it's free. You don't have to pay for that. All you have to do is press record. All you have to do is go live. That's all you have to do. And the reason why we were having this conversation was, it's like, how do I convey this to the people who want to start? Some of these folks have already joined us over on the community, the school community, and I don't know if they've actually started their channels. But if you haven't and you want to be in communication, if you want, whatever, come on over. You can still hang out with us here because I'm going to be sharing as much as I can with you in these short videos once a day. I do have some goals. One of my goals is actually to get this channel monetized. As I said before, it would happen, but I wasn't really like pushing for it. And I'm not still now, but once it becomes monetized, I'm going to go live. And it's the first tier of monetization. And we need 500 subscribers, which we're halfway there. And we need 3,000 watch hours. And we are like a 1/10 of the way there. So basically, once we get there, I'm going to go live and then we can do this in real time. And if you got questions, then you can present them. And I will be asking for the questions to be super chats. And then, there's no real obligation, but essentially at that point in time, I'll be working for tips. But I think I'll be providing you guys with some tremendous value. But either way, it's free to start. It's free to learn how to. So I was reading a comment over on the community on school, and someone was saying that they wanted to learn how to make YouTube videos, how to start YouTube, things like that. And so the beauty of YouTube, and especially the fact that it's free, is that you literally don't need anyone to show you how, because you can just do it yourself. You can literally just do it yourself. And if you really want to learn, the best way would probably be by error. Sort of. And those pain points, those pain, the pain that you would feel by the error are going to stick. Those instances, those memories are going to stick with you, and then push you and propel you. Versus someone saying, "Do this, do this, do this, do this," and if you do it, great. But if you don't learn it while you do it, then it's not going to really benefit you in the long run. And this is kind of why I offer one-on-one with a 3-month schedule, because I want by the end of the 3rd month for you to be in a position to do it on your own. I really want to teach you how to do this, not teach you how it's done. I want to teach you how to do this. And then at that point, if you say, well, I want to stick with you, that's fine. But at the end of 3 months, I would prefer you to be ready to go on your own. And so, the error portion is, take it with a grain of salt, because you don't want to learn by error and get banned or any other extreme negative. So really the error would be, I didn't make a good thumbnail. I didn't make a good title. I didn't have, I didn't make a, I wasn't prepared for my video well, things like that. Okay. Catch my drift. And so if you want to learn YouTube, which I think a lot of people do, for a variety of reasons, but if it's because of the financial upside and benefit of it, well, I know that there was a time when a lot of people wanted to learn how to make money in real estate. And so everybody wanted to be a real estate agent. Everybody wanted to make big commission checks in real estate and this, that, and the other. But if you really wanted to dip your toe into real estate, then you'd need to be licensed. And that's not free. It's not necessarily simple, fast, easy, and it's definitely not free. And so it's amazing to me how many people were willing to do that, but not necessarily willing to try YouTube when it's entirely free. And to be honest with you, could produce similar amounts of revenue, like really good revenue. We'll talk more about that. So, unlike real estate, if you wanted to dip your toe into real estate, then you would not be able to do that immediately. If you wanted to start YouTube, you could literally start right now. You could end my video or wait till it's over and literally start right now. And I think that these are some of the amazing upsides and benefits and perks to YouTube, especially if you've come across this video, my channel, and me, as I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm going to tell you like it is. And I'm, like I said, rooting for you. I want you to win. I want you to succeed. If you really want to copy exactly what I'm doing, I'll even show you how to do it, because I can assure you, we're not going to oversaturate the algorithm. Not at all. Promise you. And I don't mean here, I mean on my main channel, which is trending up. And I told you guys I wasn't going to edit this video. So I will have to show you a screen. I'll have to show you my screen. And I'll just show you this here. And so basically, this is a glimpse of the last 48 and the overview on views, because the revenue hasn't updated yet. But my last revenue update with you guys was like $110.90. And since then, it has climbed. And I'll probably do one tomorrow that shows you the new revenue number, which is good. We're moving in the right direction. But this is the screen. This is the screen of the views, which I'm trying to see if I can show this to you without showing the full channel. But anyway, I can't. But I'll drop my laptop. So I'll throw this up on the school community if you want to see it, because I'm not going to edit this video. But the point is that actually, I'll take that back. I got a way here. I'm going to show you guys with this. This is Snagit. Snagit's great. Snagit's easy. I don't know if Snagit's free, but you can see there the upward trend. And so I think that's approaching 91,000 views for Friday. And so previously the peak was 107. The previous peak was 120. And all right, I lied. I'm going to edit this video because I want you guys to see this as it is. And I really want this to sink in. I really want it to resonate. I want you to see the 48-hour views and how they're climbing. And I can show you how to do this. I'm not going to share it on this channel because I don't want to confuse the algorithm with this channel's audience. But if you want to know how to do this, I'll just show you how to do this. And it makes money, At the end of the day, I'm just rooting for you. I'm literally rooting for people to go out there and get their piece, because the opportunity exists. I see it all the time. I see a lot of potential in folks. Unfortunately, they may not necessarily see it in themselves. And that's what's most important here in this discussion, in this conversation. If you yourself have said you want to learn, but you haven't actually started a channel, you haven't actually made any videos, you haven't actually gone live, it's going to be really hard to learn without actually doing it. It would be like reading a book on how to ride a bicycle. And you're going to learn how to ride a bicycle by actually trying to ride a bicycle. You see what I'm saying? So, ultimately, what I see is the potential in people and how simple and easy it is for them to win. And I even shared this with my brother today because he sent me a little screenshot of somebody signing up for his course on school. And I was like, you do realize that you just created an epic title for a video, right? And he's like, I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming. I told him the title the other day. He bought a new vehicle. And I said, you should tell people why you bought that vehicle. And on the channel at the time had like 8,000 subscribers. The video's got like, it's got a lot of views. I can't remember. I'll pull it up and show it to you guys. But it's just like so many people have potential, yet miss it, overlook it, ignore it. And here I am just saying, that's a good one. That's a good one. You should tell that one. You should title that. You know, it's like, it's that easy. It really is that easy. It's even easier for me outside looking in. It's even easier for you because it's your story to tell. I can't be outside looking in, listening to your story and then try to tell it and be as effective. It won't work that way. It just doesn't work that way, which is probably why YouTube is so great right now, because it is going to be more personal and easier for people to win if they are themselves. Put it that way. So not only do I see this in other people, I see this in other videos and analytics. There's proof, there's results on a daily basis, even from my own actions, for which my views are going up, my revenue is going up. I did make a little tweak yesterday. Something really clicked yesterday, and it just was like eye-opening. Helped me redefine my strategy moving forward. I'll show you guys that a little bit. And I took some notes in my notepad. I'll show it to you. And my own actions are proof of not only is it possible, can it be done, but yes, I can do it. I understand it. I can't control it, but I understand it. And therefore, if you understand it, then you can continue on working and reap the benefits. And I told you guys the other day that YouTube is in like I guess it was in like a growth mode. Like if YouTube's in this like a growth mode, or if YouTube's kind of just like stable. And now I think YouTube may actually be in some sort of stable growth mode where it's not necessarily views, but ultimately your involvement, your investment holistically on the platform, which would then lead to an increase in 48-hour views and an increase in subscribers. I think my subscriber count has gone up like 1,000 or more in the last 24, 48 hours. Like we are now on a good trajectory, and each video performs well. Each video helps boost the 40-hour views, and each video helps increase subscribers. And I think like if you're checking all those boxes, it can't be all bad, right? I'll even show you guys this screen. I'll show you from this channel, and even this channel has information and a history and analytics of showing, well, what is really pulling people's attention in by way of views. And it's typically the videos where I just title it, yesterday I made blank. That's for the most part, but I think 4 out of 5 of these are in essence how much I made. And I would say, hey, if you want, go for it, give it a shot. Say, yesterday I made, put it out there, tell your story. Even if you're not on YouTube, you just want to tell people, I work here and this is how much I made. Like, it seems like people are interested in knowing how much money people make or don't make, you know? So there's that. But I see the proof, I see the results day to day, every day. My wife, I share information with her, tips, ideas, strategies, and we just see the results. And we're ultimately continuously working towards positive results, okay? I also see so many people afraid to start, or they stop right before they get their pop. And that's just like, you know, you put up a few videos, you kind of getting in the groove, and then you quit. Then you stop. Then you take a break. And then it's like, you're so close. You're so close. You got that little cartoon drawing of the guy chiseling, and it just doesn't know. He doesn't know he's almost there. But it's my motivational pep talk for you guys, folks. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. And full honesty, full transparency, I don't necessarily think, and the David Boland, he put up a video. He says, stop selling. And I agree. Stop selling. Sort of. Because I don't think that right now depending on your audience, people really want to buy what you have to sell. Unless you're selling exclusive access to a paywall that behind that paywall is nudity and sexual acts, then odds are they're not really super interested in paying for what you have to offer. Granted, I am in a niche now of motivation and YouTube coaching and strategy that is extremely saturated, and probably a lot of folks are jaded by, being taken advantage of and, being sold snake oil that got them nowhere. So I get it. So instead of trying to sell, I'm just really reminding myself of these daily occurrences and allowing you guys an opportunity to listen in and comment if you want to. You can join the community on Skool and we can go even deeper over there, but I don't want to sell anything. And so I feel like, and this is just from my personal experience, that people are more likely and more inclined to donate. They're more likely to inclined to donate and show appreciation and gratitude than they are to buy something. Even if they, that's just how it is. Now, people are willing to buy things, and even high price, high ticket items at that, but usually of someone else's. So if you want to get into user generated content and selling products and sponsorships and affiliates and brand deals and YouTube products and all that, it's like it's easier for me to sit here and try to sell you this hat, or sell you this microphone, or sell you anything else I have here, sell you a book, sell you a MacBook, sell you these things that these companies have put massive amounts of money and resources and energy behind to make you kind of already aware of it. And then I reinforce that and provide you with a simple and easy point of sale to complete the transaction. People are more likely to buy that. And so instead, I'm just going to keep giving it to you for free. I'm going to give it to you for free once a day. And I'll continue to share more over on the community at Skool. However, if you want this experience here on YouTube and also not necessarily jump into Skool or Patreon or anything like that, and maybe you just want to hop on a live stream as I'm going and I'm just going and I'm saying something and you want your question heard or answered, then you'll have the opportunity with Super Chat. And there you go. And, super thanks, Super Chat and all that. And then it is what it is. I don't need this to support me financially, but I would like to get something back in return for the effort and energy that I would put into it above and beyond. There's that. So that's the plan. That's the strategy for that. Now, at the same time, if you do want to go down the route of like non-traditional, NSFW adult, hey, more power to you. And, there's simple and easy ways to pull that off. Like I said, open book, been down that road. And, this is, the new niche is far more profitable. But if you got it and you just want to devote a little bit of time into it, like daily, you should easily make 10 grand a month. Easy. But that leads me to the next talking point here, which is deciding why you want to do this. And if it's because you want to make videos and it's because you want to tell a story and you just want to get subscribers to say you have subscribers, you just want to get followers, you just want to get more, the number, name and lights and all that, that's cool. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Own it. If you decide why you want to do this is because you want to make money and there's no shame in that, then own that. Anyone who tells you that, money is evil or, you're only doing it for the money, odds are there's two types of people who would say that. People with absolutely no money whatsoever and no drive and no ambition and no motivation, no prospects, only those types of people looking for handouts. And I would probably try to distance myself from those people as quickly and as far away from them as I possibly can to preserve my own energy and mental state. The other would be those who have extreme levels of wealth. And I'll see if I can find this clip of Will Smith talking about that. But basically, it's either one extreme or the other. And even he says it's once you reach a certain point of wealth, that's when it gets to be a burden.
Who am I here with today?
Will Smith in the building.
Did you come from a lot of money?
No. I came from the opposite.
Yeah. So do you think money buys happiness?
Hell no. There's an amount of money that once you pass it, it buys misery.
Now, you starred in the movie.
And so in the interim where 99% of us will exist, I can guarantee you that if you could make $100 or $200 or $300,000 a year on YouTube or by way of YouTube, there's nothing wrong with that. And you would definitely enjoy that and appreciate that on top of your existing income or to replace it. Okay. So if you want to make money on YouTube, there's no shame in it. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Don't let anybody look down their nose at you. Don't even tell anybody. Just own it. Okay. And so when you decide why you're doing this, it will then determine the content and the strategy and the delivery and everything else that goes with it. Whereas I'm just going to title this video, I'm rooting for you, day 19. Like that's it. Whoever finds it, great. Now on my other channel, I have a specific strategy and format to pull in as much money as possible. And I've got that separated. I actually got 4 channels and I've got a strategy. Like I said, I'll show you guys the notes that I took, and I'm super clear, super focused, and it's only day 19, like continuously talking to you guys or literally talking to myself and then sharing it with you guys and girls has brought me so much clarity and already so much success, and seeing the numbers trend. It's just can't beat it. One of the other YouTubers that really inspired me was a podcast, and she just recently made headlines for ranking in the top 100 on YouTube's podcasts. And from the outside looking in, her vanity metrics aren't crazy, but from a Social Blade perspective, they are freaking insane. So I'm like, you know what? I want to model after those who are doing well and succeeding, and breaking YouTube's top 100 podcasts can't be a bad thing. So I'm definitely going to be pursuing that with a specific strategy on my main channel. Lastly, I want to share with you guys, if you haven't started, or even if you have, your breakout viral video is the one you keep convincing yourself not to make. Okay. And like I said, don't tell anybody you got a channel. Don't tell anybody you want to make money from it. Don't tell anybody shit. Okay. If you want to tell somebody something, tell me. Okay. I'm going to keep you, we good. Okay. The reason why is because it's the video that is your most emotional, passionate, raw, real. Odds are you're not making this video because you're afraid, the fear of the unknown. And there's so many unknowns. It's unreal, but it's like, you don't know if you can do it. You don't know if you're going to get any views. You don't know if the comments are going to suck. You don't know anything. That's one reason. Another would be rejection, which could fall into, negative comment category. Opinions as well. Like I said, don't tell anybody shit. Comments, and just general vulnerability of letting yourself be yourself and free for strangers, for an infinite amount of strangers that you don't even know. You just don't know. You don't even know. But odds are that one video or series of videos that will be your viral breakout, that will propel you and grow you and just boost you into this era of this new stage of your life of just extreme confidence and just, let's freaking do this. Kevin, you're right. We can do this, is the one that you keep convincing yourself not to make. So if that's you and you're saying to yourself, yeah, you're right, there's a video I want to make and I haven't made it, I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying that might be the one. That might be the one. That's going to do it for today, guys. It's hot out here. Now I got to go inside and edit this because I really want this to be a full conversation. I really want you guys to get the full, depth of what I'm trying to share and show to you. I've got no motive besides the things that I've shared with you already, full transparency. Not any secrets besides the fact that I can't show my other channel names here because I don't want it to confuse the algorithm. Still waiting on this channel to actually get an audience from YouTube. But besides that, I'm just rooting for you.